b squared minus 4ac. That's what you got under the radical. If you put in a number for A, a number for B, and for a number for C, and you simplify it, and you end up with a 0 under here, then all that's going to become a 0. And how many answers you got?
1.
You got 1 answer. Okay? So that's why people sometimes like to use that discriminant so they know what kind of an answer they should end up with. And if they don't get that kind, it should send all kinds of alarm bells off. Doing something wrong somewhere, better go back and check the work. Okay? Now, what else did they tell you? If that turns out to be a positive number under there, you're going to have 2 real number solutions. That means it may be whole numbers, it may be fractions, it may be numbers with radicals in them, but you're not going to have an I in it. Okay? But it's 2 real numbers. If this turns out to be a negative number in there, you're going to have 2 complex number answers. Okay? That's why it's important to know that this thing is called by name a discriminant and how it plays into the solving of quadratic equations. Now, keeping all that in mind, let's look back on your exercise pages just a moment. And let's say, for example, you're given one like number 38. 3x squared minus 4 equals negative x. And you're told to solve this by the formula. Well, the only way that the formula is going to work is if the equation looks like what before you start? It's got to be set equal to 0, hasn't it? So the first thing we want to do is add an x to both sides. That's going to give me a 0, and then over here I've got 3x squared plus x minus 4. Remember, you want it in decreasing order of the degree of that variable. Okay? You want the degrees of the variables to go down, so you want to make sure you got it in order. So if it starts out looking like this, first thing you got to do is write it like this. Now, once you write it in this form, look up here at your equation, and then look at where the A is located and tell me what A is equal to, B is equal to, and C is equal to. The equation is right here. Now, where is the A located in that formula? It's in the front of x squared, isn't it? So in this problem, A is going to be 3. What is B? A 1, and C is negative 4. Plug it into your formula. X is the opposite of B. When B is 1, I'm going to put negative 1 here. Plus or minus the square root. What's the next thing? Take the B and square it. Minus 4 times A times C. And then the whole thing is divided by 2 times A. Now, let's look at this discriminant just a minute. Are we going to have a 0 under there when we simplify it? Or are we going to have a positive number or a negative number? Well, looks like maybe we're going to have a positive number. What do you think? So if we got a positive number, we should have what kind of solutions? 2 real solutions. Might have radicals in them, but they're real numbers. Okay? Now, follow your order of operations to simplify what's under here. We have x equals negative 1 plus or minus the square root. Clear up your exponent first. Then do your multiplication. That's going to be negative 12 times negative 4 plus 48. You agree? And the whole thing is divided by 2 times 3, which is 6. Now, does anybody have any questions about any number I got up there? Negative 12 times negative 4 becomes 1 plus 48. Okay? Now, we still don't have that radical down to a single number.
7.
Combine those. Now, can we simplify this in any way?
7.
Comes out as a 7. So we have x equals negative 1 plus or minus 7 over 6.
Yeah.
Now, you can tell me specifically 2 numbers there. You got -1 plus 7 over 6, and you got -1 minus 7 over 6. What is -1 plus 7 going to give you?
6.
So that becomes 6 over 6, which is 1. What is that one going to give you? -8 over 6. Well, -8 and 6 both can be reduced by 2. You agree?
-4.
Which is -4 over 3. So your answers for this would be 1 and -4/3. Two real answers. Like the formula? Okay? All right, try number 37. Let's see what you come up with.